Good morning. My name is Armand Pohan. I'm the President and CEO of New York Waterway. And I'd like to welcome you all here today and to thank Executive Director Kevin Corbett from New Jersey Transit for attending, Mayor Richard Turner, Mayor Weehawken for also being with us here today. It's a beautiful day, so I'll be brief. We're going to want to take a little spin in the boat after our remarks. You know, every day ferries take hundreds of cars off our region's roadways. Last week, New York Waterway carried 18,000 passengers. Think how many cars would have been queued up at the bridges and tunnels if there were not the ferries to take them across. So ferries are a green and sustainable way of moving people in this very densely populated region. And today, we're making our ferries a little greener than ever before. Because thanks to a very large grant that was secured on our behalf by New Jersey Transit and by Senator Menendez and Senator Sears working with New Jersey Transit, the FTA provided us with the funding to convert 6 of our existing ferry boats with new engines, lower emissions engines, substantially lower emissions than the previous engines, a new propulsion system, and also increasing the capacity of these boats by about 60% of the passenger count. So between a 60% increase in passengers and a 40% decrease in emissions, when you put the two together, the per passenger emissions reduction is like 70–80%. It's very, very meaningful number. Today we're going to take a little spin on the Weehawken, which is the first of those 6 boats that has been repowered. More are going to be on the way in the next 2 years. These engines, as I say, they give us much lower nitrous oxide emissions while maintaining the same speed as before and carrying many more people. So none of this would have been possible without the very good help and partnership that we have with New Jersey Transit. I think years and years ago when we first started, it was a question as to whether or not we were friends or foe, whether we were competing for the same ridership or not. But the region is so, compact, so densely populated. There's plenty of business for both of us, and both of us are engaged in the same business, really, and the same mission is to take cars off the roads and put people on safe, convenient, low-emission mass transit. And we hope to keep on continuing to move in that direction. We know in the future we're going to have to be even cleaner than we are today as we move down the road towards hybrid boats, some maybe fully electric boats. This is all going to come at a large cost, and it's not going to be able to be done without the support of the government, just as these boats wouldn't have happened without the support of the government. We're grateful for that support, and we're grateful for our connection with New Jersey Transit. And on that note, I would like to turn it over to Executive Director Kevin Corbett. Thank you.
Thank you, Armand, and good morning, everyone. It's Kevin Corbett, actually President and CEO. They changed the title a number of years ago, but yeah, but the check's still clear, so don't worry. But of New Jersey Transit, and just to pick up on some of Armand's comments, certainly, if you look at New Jersey, is the most densely populated state in the union, and it's a growing state. And if you look at all the transit-oriented development you see, whether it be along our system or whether it be private carriers, to Armand's point, there's tremendous need. We see even coming out of the pandemic as ridership returns. You saw traffic this morning. The mayor certainly knows, Weehawken bears the brunt often, when there's any kind of incident at the Lincoln Tunnel. So this morning, if you were here a few hours earlier, you would have seen line down the block of everyone looking to take New York Waterway. And I think it's important that look at transit holistically. More and more people sort of look at the first mile, last mile. How do you go to A to B? Everyone's using their apps. And for us, we really need, to Armand's point, need to get people off out of the cars and one, to make a more enjoyable experience for them. So we certainly see the relationship with New York Waterway is very complementary. And if there's ever a state that is concerned about sustainability, for all of us, who've been through Sandy, and you look at the storms we have, and the amount of damage that we've been hitting the region even last summer. The importance of sustainable transit is important. Even if it's a diesel engine, it's still, to Armand's point, if you look on a per person basis, the reductions such as these engines are bringing, or for us as we migrate to an electric bus fleet, as we're starting to get switch off from diesel, that is really, we're very proud of what we're doing for our sustainability efforts, and I'll talk about that in a second. But as Armand mentioned, this is the first of 6. And by replacing, with the that 60% increase in capacity, and Armand, you did the math, with a 25% reduction in fuel, which I'm sure that savings won't hurt the bottom line either, and the NOx reduction in NOx emissions by 80% on a per capita basis, that's a tremendous reduction. And we're looking to do that throughout our system at New Jersey Transit. We just have our first bus garage. The sustainability is one of our core 5 values when we came out with our NJT 2030 10-year strategic plan. And as I said, one bus garage down in Camden. We have our first demonstration project there where we've electrified for EV buses and have our first demo buses coming on that we've just purchased down in Camden. And we're going to be rolling that out through 16 other bus garages as we upgrade those facilities to prepare for a transition to EV buses. So the importance of sustainability is paramount, one of our core values, and we're certainly glad to team with Armand in that context. So I think, Armand, I just want to again thank you for the relationship. When I think back to whether it was 9/11 or the plane incident with Sullenberg down in the river, New York Waterway has been there for not just for the regular commuters, but as a real backup in a lot of important moments when you really need that capacity. So again, delighted to be here, and the $12 million we know is a good investment in the future and in New York Waterways. Thank you.
Mayor Turner, how could I keep Mayor? How could I stop Mayor Turner from saying something?
He forgets about me all the time. I have a complaint too. The first boat's named Hoboken, not Weehawken. What is that? Where are we all today? We're all in Weehawken. They do this all the time. I just want to thank New Jersey Transit, Kevin and Armand. This is another step forward. We get complaints about pollution all the time from boats. And as we move towards electric boats, which, as Armand said, are very expensive, this is another step forward. So hopefully we'll move forward and name one of the boats Weehawken. Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Very good.
How about the Mayor Richard Turner?
No. No, he'll want to make it the memorial one. What they said was true. We had the Lincoln Tunnel. Today there was an accident in the tunnel, and traffic backs up. So it's always nice. This is a major crossing, and it's all it helps all the North Hudson residents that here now. Remember, none of this was here 25, 30 years ago. So it's a major crossing. It's another great day for New Jersey Transit and New York Waterway.
Yes. So let's take a ride on a boat that is cleaner and also, Mayor, which your residents will appreciate, quieter.
Quiet? Is it quieter? That's
Yes.
a big help too.
Thank you.